Come join the Chira Project. Become a full-time family member for life. Join the madness and where things just might get weird. Now, here's your host, Chira.
Hey everyone, I'm Chira.
And I'm Richard Zong.
And welcome to
the Chira Project.
That's right, folks. Thanks for tuning in with us once again. We appreciate you guys listening to us, and we're bringing you another episode of the Unexplained. This time it's going to be Sandman, but before I jump into that, your recap. I didn't forget. You're getting it. Your recap. Last week we had an awesome show. We went over clowns on the Bedtime story series of the Unexplained. Got to scare Chira a little bit, and her fondness and profanity of denying anything clown-related was truly epic. And now next week, on a newer episode coming up, we're going to go over shadow people. And if any of you understand that, you will know that episode's going to be rocking, because we're going to go over the fact of when you're trying to sleep at night and you see those shadowy creatures on your wall, whether it's a tree branch or whether it's something your imagination concocted to totally mess your night up, that's just one of those things that happens, and that's what we're going to talk about. But alas, I digress. This episode, the iconic king of sleeps and dreams, the Sandman.
Woo!
Yes, the truly, truly legendary performer himself, the one who will sprinkle some dust on you and either knock you out or bother you so damn much you'll scream and shout. Am I right, Chira?
Mm-hmm.
Awesome.
And if you all remember the iconic song, Mr. Sandman by the Chordettes.
Oh, yes, those lovely ladies. Thanks for creating a song that's been used in so many horror movies, you can't really enjoy it anymore without getting scared.
Mr. Sandman,
Yep.
Bring me a dream, make him the cutest that I've ever seen.
Yep.
Give him 2 lips like roses and clover, then tell him that his lonesome nights are over.
And she's forgetting the lyrics along the way. I love it.
But anyways,
Good job.
I have the lyrics and the music video up on our blog, which is posted up on our Facebook page, facebook.com/The Chira Project.
Yes.
So go read the blog. There's 2 videos up there, so I highly recommend that you watch both videos.
Oh, yeah, we totally reference videos. We give you guys information, certain links that we go over for our research for the show. There's critics' picks on there for movies involving the Sandman that Chira actually found and referenced wrestler, former ECW hardcore legend, the Sandman himself, the Singapore cane-wielding, Budweiser-drinking madman.
Yes, he went from ECW to WWE, and, you know, when this guy came on to WWE, I just instantly fell in love with him and who he is, his whole just like mannerisms and everything. I mean, I like this guy a lot. He always comes out with a kendo stick in one hand and a beer in the other hand.
Okay, that's totally not telling me all kinds of information, the type of dudes you like. There's a little bit of a white trash connection there, just a little bit of that vibe.
But anyways, you know, he would always come out with those 2 in hand, you know, and before he starts, you know, wrestling, he would drink his beer. But I think, you know, what got him fired from WWE is because he was always constantly drinking on the job and always carrying around that kendo stick and beating the living daylights out of people.
Well, that's probably part of it, but I still believe it's probably because he was on a short-term contract. Getting in up with his age, I don't think he had. I mean, he's still an excellent performer, but I don't know if he had that many years left in him. The funny thing is he made himself popular with just having to do the drinking and the kendo stick hits. Mm-hmm. And in actuality, he's a halfway decent wrestler. He started off wrestling underneath the name Hack before he became Sandman ECW. And just to give you guys a really quick little trivia note for the fellow wrestling fans who are listening, we all know he used a very iconic Metallica song to come out to. You didn't get to hear it in WWE because they couldn't pay for the licensing rights. But Sandman himself, me going to wrestling shows, I actually got to talk to him on several different occasions. He was a really nice guy. And he told me the story of how he ran into James Hetfield, lead singer of Metallica, at an airport. And he was like, "Man, you're James Hetfield of Metallica." And Hetfield looked at him and was like, "You're the Sandman from ECW." they both, you know, cracked up. He says he got to sit down, hang out with him. And he personally asked him right then and there, he goes, I know you guys know that I use your Metallica song. Would you guys be okay with me using that as my permanent wrestling theme song for whatever I do. And on a handshake, gave him full rights and access to use that song. The band Metallica, the Napster notorious guys trying to get music taken off the air that was essentially for free at one point, gave him full rights to their song to use. I thought that was pretty awesome. And I will shut up now when it comes to the Sandman of ECW. We'll get back to the topic at hand of Sandman who puts you out cold.
Yes, but the Sandman also appeared in the iconic series that everybody knows and loved. I'm obsessed with this show, and I even want the book from the show. It's none other than Charm.
I haven't watched enough episodes to reference what you're talking about, so I apologize on it, listeners. I know I'm missing out on my charms, but I did watch Buffy and Angel, so get off my back.
Yes, the Sandman appeared in season 5, episode 14, called San Francisco Dreamin'.
I played a video game named that. I'm not sure. It sounds pretty cool though.
Mm-hmm. He, appeared to the sisters through dreams, but the one that he really got to was Phoebe. He appeared to Phoebe in a dream. She had a premonition of the Sandman dying. She woke up from the dream, and he was standing right there, and he said, "Please help me."
Oh, crazy.
Mm-hmm.
That sounds pretty interesting. Now I'm going to have to watch that.
Yeah,
One more to add to the Netflix quiche there.
Yeah, but going back to the Chordettes, their song primarily featured in a movie that everybody knows, and this is the movie that I hate with a passion, mainly because my little brother watched this episode from beginning to end every day, all the time of the week, month, and even year. And it drove my older brother and I crazy to the point where we hid this tape from him. He went through the house crying. It was hilarious.
Oh no, she's referencing again. I know exactly what she's talking about. And kudos to your little brother. Awesome movie, sir. Don't listen to him.
It's none other than Back to the Future.
Yes!
I hate that movie.
Love that movie. I got it on Blu-ray.
No, I hate it with a passion. I can't stand that movie.
Well, you can get over it now. It's in the past.
Whatever.
That's awesome.
Yeah, and then there's other stuff to the critics pick. There's at least 22. There's, movies, music, books, comics, and...
Oh my god, the comic series. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. If you guys do anything from listening to this episode, go pick up that graphic novel. Oh, dear Lord. Those were some awesome reads. The Sandman, manga, whatever you want to call it, graphic novel, comic books, truly epic. You need to read them.
King of Dreams.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
He technically is.
Mm-hmm.
He's the king of kings when it comes to dreams.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of scary. But yeah, like Chira said, there's so much information on the blog post we put up from all the movie picks and music references. We will attempt, if there's time in the show towards the end before we have to wrap things up, we will try to go across some of those and give you guys the details on it. But other than that, it is so freaking big, it's like a biblical scroll. You guys will have a lot of reading to do, but we hope you enjoy all that information we put down.
But with that said and done, let's get into the questions on who, what, when, where, why, and how. So, the first question on the list is, what is the origin of Sandman?
The origin is actually kind of tricky to go over, just like most folklore, because either they're so old school and they weren't really tracked very well, so trying to pinpoint an actual time and place and how they were originated is kind of hard. I came across an actual small page on here when I went to go look up Sandman on Wikipedia, nonetheless. Awesome Wikipedia. Yes. The first time that I came across it from reading my information, it says that Hans Christian Andersen in 1841, his folktale book. Now I cannot pronounce this because it's in Danish, but I will try to. It's Ole as in old, and I hope I'm saying this correctly, but Lukchen. And that translates to Ole Eye Closed, or Closed Eye. Now, in this was the first time I read about the first coming about of Sandman, in this gentleman's short book about him. He introduces Sandman in this. He tells about, the whole process of how he uses a magical technique of sprinkling dust, case in point, sand, into the eyes of children to help them go to sleep. Now, that was the first part I came across. I have had a lot of difficulty finding another originated point of when it started. I know it's become a very popular Western folklore that we use here in the States a lot. But, Chira, do you have any follow-up dates aside from the 1841 I came across?
The only date that I could find that he even existed was the 19th century.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah.
Was it Western or was it like world round?
Let's
Because
see.
I know Mr. Anderson's book is Danish, so this is around the European period. It didn't say exactly where in Europe, but they just said it's a Danish book.
Well, it says here, where did the Sandman come from? The Sandman legend is a mythical character from Western folklore. He is said to bring good dreams by sprinkling magical sand onto the eyes of children while they were deep asleep at night.
Awesome.
So if y'all know that the corners of your eye where you get that, speck of crust, that is the Sandman coming to you and sprinkling magical dust on you.
Yeah, or the magical sand, per se. So technically, you guys got beach sand in your eyes. Ha! Awesome,
Yep.
Sandman. Guess everyone's gonna be using Visine for the rest of their life.
Yeah, but the Sandman is a fantasy or folk figure associated with sleep and dreaming.
Yeah, and like I said, it became a very big thing in Western culture. It was an adapt folklore that we took and ran the ball with. Very popular that parents used to tell their kids, if you don't go to sleep, Sandman this, and you're going to be in trouble with that. And before we even get into the evil part of the Sandman, I'm still talking about the general good part of him. I want to make sure you guys understand that Sandman is straight up has a yin and yang sign. He's one part good, one part bad. But what's kind of cool is he also ties into the mythical folklore for myself. He ties into the realm of fairy almost actually I would say he ties into the realm of fairy meets like leprechaun or maybe like garden gnome status or like elf status. Almost like one of the dwarfs from the Snow White. He has that similar type of role. He's a little tiny mythical creature, walks in socks so that way he's not really heard, he doesn't make a sound. He's like most traditional folklore monsters aside from the really badass ones. If you try to wake up and if you even make a slight movement or something like that and you try to see where he's at, he disappears. Like he'll just vanish so that way he's not spotted, because technically he's not supposed to be spotted only unless you may get a brief like half fraction of a second or something like that to where your brain thinks it's telling you that you saw him because you were about to go to sleep. But he's pretty good. I mean, if you're doing right by him and you're listening to your folks, so the kids who are listening, heads up on this one. Coming from a fellow gamer myself, I know we love playing our video games, but if your parents tell you to knock out, trust me, before we even get into the evil side of the Sandman, trust me, take your parents' words for that and go to sleep. Because as I start talking about the evil part of the Sandman as the show goes on, you're so going to understand why. Save the game, power it off, take your butt to bed. I'm giving you fair warning before we get into the nitty-gritty, deep and dirty of the Sandman. What do you think, Kira?
Because there are two sides of him, like yin and yang. And it brings me to this next question. Why did Sandman go from good to evil?
That's a good one.
The story lends itself well to more sinister variation. He sneaks into your room in the dark of night and throws things at your basically he throws things at your head, and has been recast in a number of darker versions, including some where the Sandman steals your eyes and eats them, puts you to sleep forever, or suffocate you under his mountain of sand.
Yes, so, being that Kira decided to drop the ball on you poor and his unexpected children, now you've been told, Sandman don't play. We may play our own games, but Sandman don't play. And I guess for myself, since she already technically let the sand out of the bag, shall we say, I will continue on with telling you guys the rest of this. Yes, the Sandman does have a yin and yang side to him. If you're a good kid and you go to bed, he drops, first, let me break it down to you real quick. He has two different types of magical dust, which is sand. He has the one that has the properties and the benefit of calming you down, making sure you get comfortable, and sending you off to a nice, graceful sleep, just knocking your butt out in the best possible way. Now, that's the sand you want, or magical dust, however, which way you want to say it, that's the one you want. You want Sandman to come in and be like, dude, you're so tired, check this out. Out cold. Oh, man, beautiful. Go to good, nice nice rest, wake up feeling refreshed, man, Sandman thing. Now, the Sandman you don't want is the one where your parents are yelling at you, you better go to bed, ah! If your parents got to go through that, guess what? You're going to have a bad day because Sandman going to put part of his sock up your butt because he's going to go about it like this. So pay attention now. Giving you fair warning, I'm going to tell you how it goes. He has this other bag of sand. It ain't so magical. It's finer than actual beach sand, but it's still sand nonetheless. And he'll sprinkle this on you slowly but surely, annoying you, driving you crazy, causing you to become restless. You can't get comfortable. You're tossing and turning. You're drinking a glass of milk. You're doing everything underneath the sun trying to get yourself to go to sleep. Not going to happen. He's still sprinkling that dust on you. He's sitting there not going to let you concentrate, not to let you sleep. So much so that his, I guess you could say, negative energy sand that he uses is so powerful, it actually has an insomnia effect. It will prevent you from being able to get yourself a nice, comfortable, restful sleep. It prevents you from doing this. See, Sandman, he ain't joking. He'll do this messed up stuff to you. But here's the worst part. As he keeps sprinkling that dust on you, you may not, you're not really going to be able to see it, but it's still going to happen. It's said, like Chira said, part of his folklore, that if he sprinkles so much of the sand on your eyes, it'll cause your eyes to start drying out. They'll fall out of their sockets. He'll collect them up, take them with him to the moon, because from what I've read, he originates from the moon, which is pretty freaking awesome in my book. I mean, man's on the moon, that's truly epic. And like Chira said, he'll feast on them himself, or he'll feed them to his offspring. So just be aware, it's referenced that he has offspring. So there is more than one Sandman. There's a team of these guys out there. Now, you want to be on their good side, not their bad side, because I, for one, am tired of having insomnia. I'm tired of having restless sleep. I take my butt to bed. But the eye thing, no, not going to happen to me. I like to see the world. So you little kids are, I don't want to sleep, run around. Well, you better have the best Ritalin on the planet that's going to knock you out, or you just better go to sleep, because you're putting your eyes, your mind, your imagination, and your comfortable night's sleep at risk. And you don't want to do that when you're a kid. You want to get good rest. Trust me. You have recess and games to get to on top of studying. You don't want to mess with that. What do you think, Chira?
Mm-hmm. Definitely. I mean, what more can we say about the Sandman? I mean, the dude is bipolar, and the dude can fucking flip out like that on an instant. He's bipolar, and dude, seriously, you need to be on medication and go see a freaking therapist, dude. I mean, come on.
I mean, it's not really too bad of a trade-off when you actually think about it. All he's asking you is to go to sleep. That's it. He's simply asking you to go to sleep. That's all.
And you know what I'm asking for? More hours in the day so I can get shit done.
Yes, that's everyone. But unfortunately, it doesn't work that way because we put our own calendar and we put our own time system into effect. That's why it doesn't happen. Not Sandman's fault. It's our fault. We put the rules into place. We're the ones following them. He follows his own set of rules. We can't question it. He's been around long. The only creepy thing that bothers me about him is the fact that he has that evil side in him. That and just the fact that I've seen so many pictures of him. I mean, I honestly understand why now when I look at older movies and stuff like that, everyone's wearing a nightcap, everyone's wearing those crazy pajamas and everything. That's the same get-up the Sandman wears. He wears thick wool, comfortable, soft pajamas, and a nightcap, because that's how people used to go to bed back in the day so you won't catch cold, yada, yada, yada. But he reminds me of a little miniature Ebenezer Scrooge from A Christmas Carol. Now, that in itself is wrong and truly scary, because Ebenezer Scrooge coming out the gate was an SOB. He turned into a nice guy afterwards, but man, he was one cold-hearted, cold, mean son of a gun. And that's how you don't want the Sandman to be. You want to make sure he's on your good side, not on your bad side. You always want to get a comfortable night's sleep. I mean, come on, really. Any of our listeners, do you really want to have your eyes taken from you? Do you no longer want a restful night's sleep? Really? I mean, I know it's already happening in our world. People are on medication, fine, but take the pill, knock out. Don't beat him to the punch if you really want to play that game with him. Knock yourself out before he gets to you. Do that one. But then again, I don't know how he's going to react to that. He might just wake you up for the torture effect of it. I'm not going to let your medicine work. I'm going to wake you back up. Well, then you have a whole new situation on your hands, and you're going to talk to him about it. And it's bad all around. You know, I didn't even think about that, Chira. The people who have to take medication to go to sleep, they're beating the Sandman in his own game. Eventually, he's going to get pissed off about that. He must. Because you imagine you spend all that time being all quiet, creepy in your house. He gets there and he's like, they're asleep already? If he sees a pill bottle next to the they're on this. Oh, no. all right, we'll see how it is. Could you imagine him building some type of evil, like, resentment towards you for that? That would be truly just like, oh no.
Yeah.
I'm glad I can go to sleep now. I work so hard during the day, I'm out cold. You don't have to worry about it, dude. I'm out, man. You just mark me off. Check me off the list. I'm good. I'm snoring and everything. But for the people who need to take medication to go to sleep, that, I don't know. I hope war veterans are excluded from the list. I hope people who suffer from PTSD are given a break. And Sandman goes, I understand the situation. It's all right. I'll move on. But these little kids that are, I have ADHD, I have freaking HD TV, whatever you want to call it. If you're taking medicine, knock yourself out, and you're tempting fate with the Sandman, that's on you and your parents. That's all I'm saying. I'm not saying parents are wrong before parents start sending me hate mail. I'm not saying you're wrong. I'm not saying the kid's wrong. But you better figure out some natural, holistic methods to have your kid go to sleep. Because if Sandman finds out you're cheating, oh, that kid going to catch a beating. Wow, that actually rhymed. I'm sorry. That's going to mess you up. But no, it's still good nonetheless. It's good. Everything I say is good, solid advice. You better just take it with a grain of salt or a grain of sand. I did it again. I'm awesome.
But I don't know. I'm pretty sure that Richard already just gave you guys the answer to this question. Who gave birth to Sandman?
Well, I mean, there was a couple different descriptions on that. They didn't really go into full detail. But primarily, the main focal point of this, parents. Parents came up with this to invoke, again, freaking parents and your evilness from Bloody Mary to Candyman to whoever you want to reference to. Now you're messing with someone's sleep. Now you're telling the kid who just saw the horror movie, who can't sleep because he's afraid of the serial killer, monster, demon, whatever you want to classify it as. Now you're telling him if he doesn't go to sleep, he's going to have another guy come and mess him up. Are you for real? Like, really? Really? You're going to scare the crap out of him with a horror movie, and then you're going to tell him, well, if you don't go to bed, you're effed that way because the Sandman's going to light you up if you don't. Well, good for you. You're some awesome parents. I'll remember to punch you in the you-know-what when I get older. Because that's just messed up. Yeah, I'm glad my parents did it to me. I'll kick them right in the shin. You got to think, you think about that, Kira. Isn't that messed up? Show you a horror movie and then tell you got to go to sleep or else Sandman's going to get you? What kind of... And what kind of world are those fair odds?
I don't know. I mean, okay, what is the deal with parents? Anyhow, I mean, come on. Are you trying to traumatize your children for life to where they need psychological help?
Yeah. And then when they get older, I don't know what I did. I don't know where I went wrong. What's happening with them? One rule of measure, since I'm going to jump off topic real quick, backing you kids up so you guys listen. And well, I might be affecting population as well, but still listen nonetheless. Heed my warning, future parents out there. Those of you who go, oh, I want to have a kid. If that's all you're thinking about, don't have any. I hate when people, oh, I want to have a bunch of kids and this and that. How about you stop and think about, wait a minute. Each kid's going to require a certain amount of attention. They may have a certain way about going about things. Certain things may cause them a certain reaction. They may come out a little jacked up. No matter what I do, they're going to cost me a butt ton of money. They might still grow up resenting me even though I raised them well. And four, I still might get blamed for everything wrong in their life, even though I did everything good for them. Take all those under consideration. Really think about them like I did when I was 15 and I told myself no kids till I was 28. I've already met that mark and I'm still going because I can still realize it's going to get ugly if I do. Take all of those under consideration and really think about them. And then tell yourself, do I really want to have kids? Because if you actually honestly sit down and think about what I just told you, you might just stop one time while you're sipping on your Starbucks coffee and go, he might have a point there. Now, I'm not saying I'm a biblical type person or I'm a philosopher, but just be aware. You're taking on some serious action when you have kids. And if you don't have the mindset, patience, or even the tolerance to deal with it, stop populating. What do you think?
Definitely. I totally agree with you. I mean, some people are not fit to have children. Some people are just not fit to be parents at all.
Yeah.
I mean, if, your mission in life is to traumatize children, write a book.
Yeah.
Traumatize children in a book.
Well, the best reference I ever heard was from an old lady I met actually in the Antelope Valley when I was younger. And she broke it down to me in the most layman terms. Even I went, wow. She said, do you know how kids always bug their parents for a puppy or a cat when they're younger? Yeah, I do. I was one of those kids. And she goes, okay, 9 times out of 10 after you had that animal at that age, being a kid, or even being a teenager, 9 times out of 10, she goes, even though it's your animal, who becomes the one to take care of it? Sorry. Exactly. So, apply those same rules to having a kid. If you're having, I want to have kids because I like kids and that's what I want to do. Wrong answer. Stop and think, dum-dum. Because one or two things will happen, and I hate to say this with my Latino background, and before any of you decide to throw hate mail, it's in my blood, screw y'all, I'm in the same boat. So with that being said, the majority of people out here, do you know how many I know that have their grandparents watching their kids when they go to work, that have their kids staying with their mom and dad while they go to work, staying with aunts and uncles and extended family while they go to work and try to live life and pay their bills and struggle while having these kids? Well, guess what? I'm old school 1950s, that is. Wake up, people. Your family isn't responsible for taking care of your responsibilities. They already took care of enough responsibilities raising your grown butt. So either be aware of what you're doing before you have a kid, or don't have them at all. Save the Sandman and us unfortunate taxpayers the heavy workload you don't want to take care of, but you want to have the kids. And that's what all I have to say on the matter is. This one I will back the Sandman up on. Dude, I got you covered.
Yeah, basically. As far as the questions, we, covered what is the origin of Sandman. We covered who gave birth to Sandman. We covered when was Sandman born. We covered where did Sandman come from.
Yeah.
We covered why did Sandman go from good to evil, because he's crazy like that. And then we covered how was the Sandman's methods for getting children for the sleep created, blah, blah, blah.
That was so eloquently said.
I know, right?
I appreciate it so much. It was just so beautifully just rolled off the tongue. But yes, we did talk about it.
But yeah, and I managed to find a poll for you guys. Does Sandman exist?
Oh, nice. What was this? And the survey says
41% said yes, and 83% said no.
Ah, we're still in the believable category. Yes. 40% of y'all know. You know, because you all still have your eyes. That's awesome. 40% still believe in Sandman. That is awesome. That's actually a lower figure than Santa Claus. What the hell's going on?
I don't know.
Well, I think it's because Santa only comes one time a year. Sandman's an everyday thing.
Yeah.
Don't blame me, guys. I wonder. I wonder how. Here's me going on my comedy spit. Well, I didn't say shit. I said spit just for you. Let's jump down my neck. I wonder how they work that out. Santa and the Sandman. Here you are, a kid, so excited for Christmas you can't sleep, but the Sandman's telling you gotta go to sleep.
Yeah.
But when Santa comes down to Chimney, what happens to those kids that unfortunately wake up and spot Santa? That's the one I want to know. Does Sandman take you out, or does Santa have you literally write a contract like, dude, you never saw me. If you did, last present you're ever getting, bro, you won't. You're gonna jack it up for yourself for your lifetime. Wouldn't that be a trip? Sandman has a nice list, a naughty list, and then a non-disclosure clause. Literally, non-disclosure clause. Ah, I love it. Yes. See, I'm telling you, if you spot me at any time during Christmas as a kid, you have to completely say null and void that ever happened, or else you're not going to get a Christmas gift ever again. Truly epic.
Yeah, they more than likely signed a contract and laid out all the rules.
Yeah. See, this is the kind of stuff that I start thinking about when we start talking about stuff like this. It's all propagandally tied together. Sandman's on it. Santa Claus is on it. The whole thing. Even, what's that movie we were just talking about on the critics pick? It just recently came out. It had it had Mother Nature, it had Santa, it had the Easter Bunny, it had Father Time, I think, Enchanted or something like, not Enchanted.
I don't know.
Something similar. Just go look up your Disney references. Get off my back on it. I've already checked the blog post. We gave you all the information. You guys will get it. It's on there.
It's a very lengthy blog post.
Yes, but it's on there.
Yes, definitely.
I think it was even on, and funny as it is, I'm saying Santa Claus again, I think it was even on Tim Allen's portrayal as Santa Claus. Either it was part 2 or part 3, where they had the Tooth Fairy come out, the Easter Bunny come out. I think you actually saw a lot of these people were referencing on that movie. So there's another one you can look up that may not be on a blog post. Forgive us, Santa Claus 3. I believe it's in. Can't take it to the bank with that. I'm not 100% certain on it, but I'm close enough.
Yeah, definitely. So, let's give the people what they want, and let's give them critics pick.
Awesome. Well, you just got the one I just said, Santa Claus 3.
Okay, let's see. We did the first one, which was ECW wrestler, the Sandman. 2, we already talked about Charmed. 3, we talked about the Chordettes and the music and all that. Number 4, the 1933 Walt Disney Silly Symphony's cartoon Lullaby Land ends with Sandman putting the baby to sleep.
Oh, wow, that sounds kind of cool. I'm going to have to work that up.
Yeah. The 1934 Laurel and Hardy film Babes in Toyland depicts the Sandman putting Little Bo Peep and Tom Tom Piper to sleep.
Throwing a whole handful, knocking them out.
Number 6, in East Germany on Dutcher Funk.
She can't say it, it's on the blog post.
Yeah. It's in German. Nonetheless, you would think that I would know my own language.
We never said it was going to be easy. German is difficult.
Yeah. Survived through the end of the Iron Curtain, which was really popular for many kids in the GDR, reunified Germany today.
I see it now. Dutch Funk. That's as close as I'm going to get to it for you. Say that 5 times fast. Dutch Funk.
And the last one is Sandman.
Oh, Sandman-chan.
Yeah.
However which way you want to say it.
See, right there, it kind of sounds like, an Asian would be talking, would be like saying that.
I wonder if you had to say the N twice. It might be Sandman-chan. Might be the Sandman-chan.
Who knows?
That's all the tries you guys are going to get. That's it.
Number 7, in the Apollo Theater Talent television show, a stage name for Howard Sims, who comedically unrehearsed failed acts off stage with a shepherd's crook.
Oh, wow.
Number 8, in 1986, the TV cartoon series The Real Ghostbusters featured the Sandman in an episode titled Mr. Sandman, Dream Me a Dream.
Real Ghostbusters. Oh, yeah. Oh, there it is. There's the film. That's the one I was trying to reference to. 2012 DreamWorks, Rise of the Guardian. That's the movie I was pointing out. There. You got the title. Go check it out.
Number 9, the 2012...
That's the one I just said.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Never mind. Number 10, the 2013 TV series Sleepy Hollow depicts the Sandman in an episode titled For the Triumph of Evil.
Oh, such a good TV series, too. Sleepy Hollow. For any of this folklore stuff, you guys got to check out Supernatural. You got to check out Charmed. You got to check out Buffy. You got to check out Angel. And you definitely got to check out Sleepy Hollow. They make a bunch of references to all this stuff. Oh, and so does Grimm. Grimm is fantastic folklore, too.
And so is Once Upon a Time.
Oh, yeah. I've watched probably about the first season of that. True, that's a good one. That's a real good one.
Yeah, I mean, they bring in all kinds of Disney characters and put their own spin to it.
Yeah.
The next one, number 11, is the 1920 song The Japanese Sandman by Raymond E. Egon and Richard A. Whitting.
Egon? I believe that's Egan.
Whatever. Egon.
You said Egon because you just read the real Ghostbusters. So did I.
Number 12, the 1957 song Morningtown Ride, recorded by the Seekers, among others, in which the Sandman features as a character.
See, for me, this is so awesome. Like, you get all these old school, awesome bands and solo artists. Like, back when music was really cool, they made so many cool songs, and now they're referencing Sandman. I mean, how epic is that? I mean, for me, that's just cool. Let's see, you have number 13, the 1963 Song in Dreams by Roy Orbison. Big ups to Roy Orbison, good artist, which mentions the Sandman, so you gotta check out that song to see what we're talking about. You have the 1971 song, number 14 on the list, Sandman by an American band. No more explanation needed by that. Of course, you have the ECW wrestler, the guy who I just mentioned got rights from Henfield himself of Metallica to use the song for as long as he's an active wrestler. You have the 1991 truly epic hailed anthem of Metallica, Enter Sandman.
Yes, so go YouTube all these songs that we're mentioning.
Yes. You have, number 16, the 2004 song Blood Red Sandman by Lordi. One I haven't listened to, but Lordi is an epic band. You guys got to check that out. You have the number 17, the 2009 song Sandman by Oomph. Now, Oomph is epic because they're a band similar to Rammstein, and I personally have some of their stuff. They're truly good. And why don't you give them a couple more on the list, Kira?
Number 18, the 2013 song Sandman by Hertz from their 2013 album Exile.
Sweet.
Number 19, the 2013 song Sandman by Christy McGee.
Never heard of it, but okay.
20. The Sandman graphic novel series by Neil Gaiman depicts the Sandman as protagonist Dream.
All I can say is, oh, such a good graphic novel. So good. You guys, you're doing a disservice. You don't read that comic. To all my fellow geeks and nerds out there, you gotta read this. It's so good. It's just so good.
Mm-hmm. Number 21. This dude can be, very similar to the Sandman. He's Morpheus. He's the Greek god of dreams.
Nice.
Mm-hmm.
And he's also a badass character in The Matrix.
Yep.
None other than Lawrence Fishburne's portrayal. No, I'm just joking. But he did portray the character. It's not the guy in question, though. Morpheus.
And
it's
our...
the awesome Morpheus.
Yes. And our last one on the list is Wee Willie Winky. That...
What? Hey, this is a PG show, mind you, Chira. What did you just say, young lady?
Hey, that's the dude's name, okay? It's Wee Willie Winky.
Oh, my parents would have to get their butt kicked if I got named that.
A Scottish nursery rhymes personification of sleep.
Okay. It's too silly sounding for me to take serious for sleep. I'd probably be too busy laughing than trying to fall asleep.
Yeah, I know, right?
Oh, we do have the episode referenced on here. Nice. We have the, Doctor Who and Supernatural both did an episode called Enter Sandman? Or is that a music video collaboration?
I think it's the music video collaboration, but let's give the people a little bit of a listen to it.
Oh, all right.
Let me turn up the volume.
If it'll load.
Yeah, there it goes.
Oh, nice!
Yes.
That's so awesome!
Mm-hmm. I think this is Metallica, though.
I think it is, but it's what they, it's a YouTube video that they put up on there with the and stuff.
Yeah.
So that's pretty cool.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that is pretty awesome.
Yeah, definitely. And so is like the entire music video behind it. Okay, so that just give you guys, a little bit of a listen to the music video of that. And then underneath it, we have my links and then Richard's links.
Yes, of all the places you can go to for where we found a majority of all these resources mentioned, we apologize for having to cut the song short, but you guys know, like I just said with Napster and Metallica, we don't exactly have the permission to play the whole song, which we didn't. We only gave a brief sample, so we should be fine with that.
Yeah, which
don't
was
get
only...
greedy, people, don't get greedy.
Which was only 1 minute and 11 seconds.
You heard no singing or nothing like that?
No, just instrumental. Now for the Chordettes Mr. Sandman lyrics, I'm pretty sure that the Chordettes are now, dead?
I don't know, probably. If they're still alive, Sandman's keeping them around. Scary.
Yeah, but just to give you guys a little bit of a taste, I'm not sure if we can play the entire thing. I mean, it's this video is 2 minutes.
All you're gonna get is the bum 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 bum. That's all you're gonna get.
Well, this video is actually 2 minutes and 25 seconds.
Well, that's all they're gonna get though is the bum 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 bum. So we can't give them the song; they can only hear the intro.
I mean, versus the other video was 5 minutes and 27 seconds.
Well, yeah. Well, Metallica's always been known to have truly epically long songs. Good stuff.
Yeah. So just to give you guys a brief sampling of that, you also get the lyrics.
Mr. Sandman, bring me a dream. Make him the cutest that I've ever seen. Give him 2 lips like roses and clover.
I love the fact that they do this song in like old school. It's really awesome.
Yeah.
Don't have nobody to call my own. Please turn on your magic beam. Mr. Sandman, bring me a dream.
That's good stuff.
Yes, so just to give you guys a 45-second listen to the song, yes. But,
before her tongue tripped over her.
But you know what's really, fantastic about that music video is, yeah, they have a picture of these girls singing, but you also get the lyrics, and you also get, like, you can tell, like, which person is singing what lyric.
And then, just for me to throw in my geekiness again, I forgot to mention Sandman, a Spider-Man comic series. He's a villain on there. Pretty awesome. I always thought it was kind of cool. I just figured I'd reference that for the fellow geeks out there. I didn't forget. I just temporarily lost my mind. Yes. But also be aware, I mean, since there was so much to put on the blog, and obviously we were probably running out of space, and again, it's become a biblical scroll, you can always find, just by looking up, there's so much, like, short stories and poems and stuff about the Sandman. You can find it everywhere on the internet, of course, and there's some really good stuff out there. I mean, I'm pretty more foreign stuff than we were able to cram into the blog post, but there's probably some really cool short stories and even made-up stories of other people who wrote, other songs that are out there, and definitely a bunch of poems. I know there's tons of poems out there about the Sandman.
Yes. And we're sorry that we couldn't exactly give you guys the entire song for you guys to listen to, but we honestly don't have any rights to the song, so that's why we only could play a little bit, a snippet of both songs, but the blog site is up on our Facebook page, so go check it out, take a listen to both of the songs, and yeah.
It's good stuff. It's good stuff. All of it's good stuff. I truly hope you guys can get to the blog. I really do, because it's long.
Yeah,
You might get visited by the Sandman in the process, because we might put you to sleep with all the reading you're going to have to do on it.
Yeah, I mean, Richard and myself, we put up on the blog a lot of information for you guys.
Literally burning the midnight oil.
Yeah, definitely.
We do it every time, though, because we appreciate you guys listening, and we love doing all this crazy stuff for you.
Absolutely.
Truly.
But anyways.
Was there anything we left out? I know we went over the comic, I know we went over movies, I know we told them not to mess around with the Sandman, because take your eyes out and feed them to his kids.
Honestly, that's about it.
Yeah.
And we're into, only 54 minutes.
Yeah, about 54, 55 minutes.
Yeah.
Hey, that's good, though. You guys got a whole hour of fun from us. Again, don't get nitpicky with the couple minutes now. Relax. We still got an outro to put on this bad boy.
Yes, definitely.
So I guess, what is that? Is that a wrap-up for us on this one?
Yeah, I guess we're going to cut out a little bit early, because honestly, we gave the people what they wanted to hear, and we actually did it under less than an hour.
Alright, I'll do it real quick for you guys. I know I normally don't do it, but just so I can reiterate the fact, here we go. I'm going to give you an actual recap of the actual episode real quick. Sandman, don't F with him. He can be cool with you, he can be mean with you. Listen here, folks, take your butt to bed. If not, suffer the consequences. Sand in your eyes, can see no more. Boo-hoo, you're gonna cry. You're gonna be miserable. Does that sum it up?
Pretty much.
That's pretty good right there. Enjoy the music by the Chordettes. Enjoy the music by Metallica with Enter Sandman. You guys go look for them yourself on YouTube. We already told you why we can't put them up on here. We apologize for that. Enjoy the blog. Enjoy the read. And we'll look forward to talking to you guys again on another episode.
Yeah, like I said, we have no rights, so we couldn't exactly give you guys the full-on listen to both of the music videos, but it's up on our Facebook page, so go check it out. And
yes,
we do apologize if we, broke any type of rules by playing the song on air. We do apologize, but we wanted to give our listeners a feel for the song, and then talk about it.
Want to give you guys the reference of what we were talking about? You guys can understand it. You got a little taste of it. Now you go hunt for it on your own. Like all the other episodes. We give you the episode, we give you the blog information. You guys go do the rest of the hunting on your own.
Yes. But I think we're going to cut out a little bit early today.
Yeah, we knocked it out the park today.
Yeah, so I'm Chira.
And I'm Richard Zahn. And we are
The Chira Project.
Awesome. See you later on, people.
Peace and love. Ciao.
Well, that's all the time that we have. But join us again next week where things just might get weird.